The Lord be with you. A reading from Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus told his disciples this parable. A man going on a journey called in his servants and entrusted to them his possessions. To one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, to a third one, to each according to his ability. Then he went away. Immediately, the one who received 5 talents went and traded with them and made another 5. Likewise, the one who received 2 made another 2. But the man who received 1 went off and dug a hole in the ground and buried his master's money. After a long time, the master of those servants came back and settled accounts with them. The one who had received 5 talents came forward, bringing additional 5. He said, "Master, you gave me 5 talents. See, I have made 5 more." His master said to him, "Well done, my good and faithful servant. Since you were faithful in small matters, I will give you great responsibility. Come, share your master's joy." The one who had received 2 talents also came forward and said, "Master, you gave me 2 talents. See, I made 2 more." His master said to him, "Well done, my good and faithful servant. Since you were faithful in small matters, I will give you great responsibilities. Come and share the joys of your master." Then the one who had received one talent came forward and said, "Master, I knew you were a demanding person, harvesting where you did not plant and gathering where you did not scatter. So out of fear, I went off and buried your talent in the ground. Here it is back." His master said to him in reply, "You wicked and lazy servant. So you knew that I harvest where I did not plant and gather where I did not scatter. Should you not have then put my money in the bank so that I could have it back with interest on my return? Now then, take the talents from him and give it to the one with 10. For to everyone who has, more will be given, and he will grow rich. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away. And throw this useless servant into the darkness outside, where there will be wailing and grinding of teeth." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
What a beautiful parable. First of all, on the first reading, in some celebrations of some weddings, many husbands or the groom always likes to select the first reading, which talks about the beautiful woman. That when a man marries a worthy wife, what happens? That the number of his days will be doubled. It might be to remember a joke we made, not a joke, a lesson that we shared about 2-3 weeks ago. Among the difference between complete and finished. Do you remember? When you marry the right person, your life is complete. And when you marry the wrong person, you are finished. And when the right one sees you with the wrong one, you are completely finished. Now, the first reading re-echoes the image of a beautiful wife who is a joy to the family. But we shouldn't take it the way it is written. There is a deeper meaning into that. We come to that shortly. The interest of today is that Jesus continued from where he stopped last week. Even the second reading continues also from where the message last week stopped. Last week was about being prepared, because no one knows neither the time, nor the day, nor the hour, nor how the Son of Man will come. Jesus gave a parable of the 10 virgins. 5 were wise and 5 were foolish. The wise one took oils with them and went for the journey, and the foolish ones didn't take no preparation and they left. All of a sudden, when the time came, those who were prepared, what happened? They were taken into the feast. And those who were not prepared, what happened to them? They saw themselves out of the door. When they came back knocking, I do not know where you come from. Get back, get away from here. So also be prepared, because no one knows neither the time nor the hour when it will happen. St. Paul today re-echoes the same. As the year is coming to an end, this is almost the last Sunday. Next Sunday will be Christ the King, and then we enter into Advent. The church draws us closer also to what we are about to celebrate, the end of the year. Using it also as a way to remind us that the way the year ends, we are also on the same position of ending also our lives, but when no one knows, what time no one knows, what do we need to do? The second reading says, just be doing good. Do the good you feel that should be done. Don't fold your hands and waiting. Well, we cannot do anything because the time is coming to an end now. That becomes someone who, like the 5 virgins who didn't take their oil, they were foolish because they weren't able to take some responsibilities. Jesus in the gospel of today brings out 3 types of people in the world. First of all, reminding me and you that each and every one of us, we are blessed with something very, very special. A special gift which God has given. And no one comes out from the mother's womb without any gift. And that's what made me different from you. That's why if you want me to do like another priest, I can never do like him. If you want me to speak like the other one, I can never. Otherwise, what is the difference between me and him? If I want you to do the same that the other man is doing, I may be I may get myself frustrated. Why? Because you are you. And there is no other you. You are irreplaceable. There is nobody like you. The same way Christ today reminds us that there is something that makes you very, very special. And that is the you that is in you, which he wants us today to identify and find a way to use it to serve. The man was going on a journey, and this man probably was a very rich man. And the many scholars are divided on the value of the talents. Some say the talents that we're talking about today, the one who received 5 was almost more than what will take him more than 5-6 years to spend. So it's an investment which God gives to everyone. The second one, something that will take more than 15 years, the type of money, the equivalent to the talent. And the one who received 1, some commentaries say is about 5 million, thereabouts. So the main thing, this man gave each of them substantial amounts of money for them to take care of themselves. The one who received 5, what did he do? He went and negotiated, traded, and did what again? And brought 5 back. The one who received 2, what did he do? He went the same that the 5 who received 5 did, traded, negotiated, and came back with 5, with 2 more. But the most important thing, both received the same type of blessing. Well done, good and faithful servant. He didn't tell the one who received 2, wow, you would have made more. No. Then he said the same blessing he gave to the one who received 5, he also gave to the one who received 2. Because for God, our recompense at the end, you'll be surprised, we may receive the same type of recompense at the end in his own kingdom. Now comes the difference. The one who received 1, what did he do? Out of fear, he went and dug a pit, a hole, and buried his master's money. Didn't do anything. Thinking, this man is so wicked. This man, why you want me to make more? You only gave me 1. You want me to make more. So out of fear, I went and hid it on the ground. Now take back what is yours. Oh, the master looked at him. Lazy, wicked servant. Why didn't you even have the mind to go and put it in the bank? At least let there be interest. Well, as a consequence, now take what he has and then give it to another person. And so that person will grow more. At this moment, I want to bring it down to all of us. You have been given your own talent, your own very special gift, which no other person has except you. St. Paul, in the first letter to the Corinthians, chapter 12, also repeats that there are too many types of gifts, but all of them comes from the same Spirit, who gives each according to his own will. And the one who received this needs to use it to serve the community. God has given you your special talent. What are you doing with it? God has given you a special opportunity, special grace. What are you doing with it? Many of us have gifts, oh my God, which if you can use that particular gift, your family will be transformed tomorrow. What are we doing with it? Many of us become like there are many good people, thanks be to God. Corpus Christi is blessed with many people who also put their talent into action. For example, the choir. See how individual voices, see how they blend together. And then at times we clap because God gave them each, different. But when they bring it together, it produces a very good, nice harmony. There are people, when they come out to read, when they read, wow, everything looks like as if they are throwing stones on our heart. God has given you your special talent. How and where are we using this talent? Are you among the ones who will use them to produce more? And at the end, well done, good and faithful servant. For being faithful over a little, I will not give you more responsibility. Come to the joy of your master. Or are you among the one who's going to receive 2 and still you had 2? You will not envy the one who had 5. You will not be so jealous about the one who has more. But you use what God has given to you, use it, put it into practice, and at the end, well done, good and faithful servant. I didn't expect you to give me the results of the one who received 5. But for having been faithful over the small thing that I have given to you, come to the joy of your master. Or are you among those who are so afraid even to get up to sing and you have that talent within you? Are you among those who can serve, and when you serve, oh my God, people, even your presence is enough gospel for people. The example of your life is enough message. Or are you among those who, out of fear, you sit down without doing anything? Who, out of fear, you won't even take initiative? See what God said to those type of people: lazy and wicked servants. God wants us to produce. Whatever he gives to us is not for our own individual use. It is for service to the people. And how are we going to serve? That now takes us to connect it with the first reading. Like that beautiful woman in the family does like a very great prayer. And then he prepares everything, works assiduously in the family, sacrifices her life for the family, cooking, washing, scrubbing, ironing. Of course, God blessed the women that they can do 1,000 things at the same time, multitasking. They will be answering telephone here, the telephone will be here, they will be cooking there, they'll be ironing, the baby will be crying over there, and you see them also typing. You see, so many things. God blessed our women. The same way God wants us to serve with whatever he has given to us to produce fruit. And what type of fruit? Love. Giving to the poor. Fighting for a just cause. Loving one another. How? The way he has loved us. We pray today. Look into yourselves. Ask yourself, what gift has God given to me? If you look at our thumb printing, it can never be the same. Am I right? That's why it is a very legal print. Go to the court, fingerprint, thumbprint. The same way your thumbprint is, or fingerprint is different, the same way you are different, you have yours. The same way our faces are completely different, the same way you are different. But use what God has given to you. Do not be envious about people. Do not be jealous about people. if you feel they are progressing more than you, if you feel their children are progressing more than yours, what do you need to do? Pray hard, because you don't know what God is preparing for you. But if you continue to be envious, like this young man, I was so jealous, that's why when I hid your money, why didn't you use it? For that, now, get what he has, take it away from him. May God continue to help us to identify our special gifts and talents and differences and use it to serve. Also, one can see most of the time, there are people who are so negative. They don't find anything good, anything constructive in what other people are doing. At times, you can be responsible for making another person not to use his own talent. The way we criticize, the way we commend. Even parents, at times we become responsible for our children not to use their talents by the way we talk to them, by the way we don't see anything good they are doing. We don't appreciate the effort they are making. The only thing because we continue, you are stupid, you don't listen, you don't do this, without knowing what good the person has done. Wow, thank you for doing it. And then encourage the person, you see the person doing more. The same way in so many groups, associations where we belong to. Why are people running away from some of the group? Maybe because there are people who have the type of tongue that don't use it to do good, but to use it to destroy. Simply because maybe it is not me who did it. Why should you do it? Or envying one another. Also, don't be the one that makes people not to use their talents. Discover the talent you have in your children and encourage them. Do you know what? Wow, I found out that you can sing, you can play, even you can throw basketball. Encourage that person in the gift you feel God has given to. We can help each other to identify also the gift. Because there are people who don't identify. If I ask a question, what do you think God has given to you? I don't know. But God never made you to be nothing. God has made you to be something. Because he created you and me in his own image and likeness. But the only thing, use what God has given to you. Use the power he has given to you. Use the strength he has given to you. Put it into practice. Put them into action. You will see how happy you will be. But don't envy anybody. Don't jealous anybody. The moment we begin to jealous someone, we may lose our own blessing. We may forfeit the blessing that comes to us. Accept what God has given to you. If God made you to be black like me, appreciate what God has given to you. If God made you to be yellow like me, appreciate what God has given to you. If God has made you to be born into this particular place, accept what God has given to you. Because we don't choose where we want to be born into. We don't choose who's going to be our parents. We don't even choose who's going to be our children. All of them are, what do I call them? Special gifts, special packages. Because if we had time to choose, if we had the opportunity to choose our parents, believe me, most of us may not be born. We can choose, our husband and wife can choose each other, but we don't choose, there are things we don't choose. That's why St. Augustine says, the God who created you without your cooperation can never save you without your collaboration. We need to do something for our salvation to come. Use what God has given to you. Use the talents God has given to you. Discover them. Go and excavate where you buried them. Bring them out. Even our children, bring them out. You have something very special in you. There is something special in you. In your school, bring them out. Use them. Study. Pay attention, and you will be richly blessed. May God bless us. Grant us the grace to discover his blessing, special one given to you and given to me. And we use it to serve. And that will be the beginning of our happiness. Amen. May we stand to profess our faith. I believe in one God,